displeasure of knowing, and I would strongly advise against taking anything he says as fact. I would advise against giving him any kind of support, even if you're just watching the kind of content he puts out, because it does encourage him to continue. Once I can fall asleep at night without having to want to talk more about this, I want to talk more about what I've been through, especially this situation, and I definitely
Hello friends, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. This is Wednesday, July 12th, 2023, and I have something I have to do here because of a situation that has developed over on Gwendolyn Brown's Patreon, and it has been affecting my channel. I've been getting lots of comments, emails, and DMs and comments, and so let's talk about what's going on. I have nothing against Gwendolyn Brown. I'll give you a high level of what's going on, and for those of you that are leaving comments about the situation, this should hopefully answer some of your questions, and I will explain it as much as I can because I really don't know why this happened this way and what prompted her to do this today or last. But Gwendolyn Brown, last week, she made a post on her Patreon which basically said that she wanted to talk to me, but she couldn't speak to me, and it was because I had blocked her. And I am not on her Patreon. I haven't been in her Patreon since she blocked me back in January. Just for clarity, I want to show you that the last time I made payment for her Patreon was in January. On January 13th, $15 was taken from my PayPal account and sent directly to Patreon, and I was on her $15 tier, and I was on part of her Patreon for probably 2 or 3 months, and I was blocked after. She actually blocked a lot of people because leaks were happening from her Patreon, and I will address that in a second, but I want to just share with you what she said on what she said in the post, and just explain my backstory just to nip this in the bud. First and foremost, I have nothing against Gwendolyn Brown. I think she is a smart, young woman. She's deconstructing, coming out of polygamy and coming out of a toxic world, and so she's still growing and learning, and she's young, and I really appreciate her journey and her growth, and I have no hate in my heart for this girl at all, but this is what she posted. So she posted this on Friday, and the reason why I am responding again is because people keep sending me messages. So on Friday, she made a post, and she basically was sharing something that I posted on my Instagram or on my Facebook, and it said, "Hillary Spivey, I would tag you, but you are a coward and blocked me, so here are a few things that and then she cuts off. And she posted some screenshots of things that I had shared in her Patreon. And the comment says, "Just complaining and gossiping," okay? And she says, "Katie Joy blocked me on Facebook, Instagram, and Patreon. Otherwise, I would call her out. But instead, I'm going to be the bigger person by not writing 10 articles like she would. She blocked me because she's a coward. Proceeds to block me. Also said she'd never share anything from the Patreon and clearly lied. Anyway, this is officially a Katie Joy hate page. Love, unless you're Katie Joy, Gwendolyn." Okay? I don't know really why she shared this because I have literally been blocked from her Patreon since January. And I don't know what prompted her to do this. Now, the post that I was posting to Hillary Spivey had to do with Hillary going after Jill Duggar. So Jill was being basically accused of lying about what happened to her and her experience with her parents. Shiny, happy people, Duggar family secrets. And Hillary was defending James Duggar, defending Jim Bob, basically like, I've known them forever, and what you see on TV isn't the truth, and basically just acting like everything that Jill was saying wasn't true, and that everyone should believe James about his dad because James has a story, and so if you're going to believe Jill, you might as well believe James. And it was like people felt like she was really downplaying Jill and acting like Jill didn't have the ability to tell her own story, being that she had been hurt by Josh directly, and she was on a show where she claimed she was not paid. So Hillary's a huge enabler of the Duggars, and so I have been blocked by Hillary for a very long time. I'm blocked by a lot of people, and that's because I cover people that people don't like to be covered, and they don't want me to talk about them, but I'm a reporter, and that's what happens. She shared some things that I wrote in her thing about, like, I wouldn't be sharing any videos from her Patreon directly, and I really didn't. So the clip I showed you from the very beginning of this video, I just want to tell you that that actually came from TikTok. So what was happening on her Patreon was when it got set up, it went gangbusters. It was like in December, November, and then by January, I think I was blocked, maybe December. I don't remember. But there was a lot going on in there, but then she posted and then she didn't post. And basically what she was doing in there is she was posting reactions to the season, and then she would post it ahead of time in her Patreon and then post it a couple days later in her YouTube channel. Gwen shared a comment that I posted on her Patreon when I was still there until January, that I would not share anything from her content, and I didn't. And then she shared a second post from my Instagram, or from my Facebook page, I believe from May. And that was literally from me finding stuff on TikTok. I was literally on TikTok, and people had posted about her mom and the spirit babies and the baby that was buried in the backyard and her dad putting rocks on top of it. I wasn't even in her Patreon when she posted that. Someone on TikTok posted that, and I grabbed it and watched it and then talked about it on my Facebook page and on my Instagram. So I wasn't even in her Patreon for the example she's using. Stuff was getting leaked onto Reddit. So there's people on Reddit that were posting from her Patreon. And then I would report sometimes if things got posted onto Reddit, as did many other outlets. And then also TikTok creators were posting her videos, which that video I shared you in the beginning is from her Patreon that she posted before it went onto her YouTube channel, and I found that on TikTok. So I didn't actually take anything directly from her Patreon. I actually found things on TikTok and on Reddit. Or Showbuzz Cheat Sheet. So Showbuzz Cheat Sheet has a reporter that's a patron of hers that also had been reporting on stuff ahead of time from her Patreon. So if they were reporting something, I might report it from there. But directly to go from her Patreon, no. And I actually haven't been in her Patreon since January. So again, just a weird thing for her to bring up. Second, I don't have her blocked on any platform. I don't know why she would say that, because first of all, I got blocked from her Patreon, so I can't talk to her on Patreon because she's blocked me. Next, I've been blocked by Gwen on my on Instagram probably for 2 years, if not longer. And when I was on Twitter, she had me blocked 2 years ago, maybe 3. So I've been blocked by her on Twitter. And now today I have a Twitter account that is a account that's like blank. I don't have followers. I only follow Anna Duggar, I think. And I don't tweet at all. I just go on there so that I can actually see tweet replies and likes. Because if you don't have a Twitter, you can't see all access things on Twitter. So I'm not blocked by her there, but I don't use that Twitter. But I am blocked by her on there. And then I searched this morning on my Facebook page and she blocked me. And I'm not blocked by her. Like, I didn't block her. So she's got me blocked from my Facebook page, my Without a Crystal Ball. She has me blocked on Instagram, and she has me blocked on Patreon. So I don't really know why she's saying that I blocked her, and why she can't confront me, because if she does want to talk to me, she can certainly reach out to me. I definitely didn't block her. It would be really weird if I blocked people that I actually follow and report on. But I'm responding to this because people keep saying, why did you block Gwen? I didn't. Again, she blocked me, and I don't know why she's bringing this up in July. So I haven't been in her Patreon since January, literally. And I haven't reported really anything about specifically Gwen in a few months, because she's watching the older seasons, and like seasons 1 and seasons 2. And I just kind of stopped watching her reaction videos because the older content, the older shows, there's not like a ton that she would be able to add in commentary that would be relevant to what's happening to her family today. And I just kind of got fatigued on watching every single week her react to her family show. I love that she has found a way where she can, one, make money because she isn't making money on her show from her parents, and two, that she's been able to, go back and watch all of these things to get a different perspective. I just haven't been paying attention to it, and I haven't watched any recently. So again, and I'm not blocked on YouTube, so I can access her channel. She can access my channel. If she wanted to leave a comment on my YouTube channel, she could. She could also email me, and I haven't received any emails from her. Truthfully, I think she's just being like hit up by the Katie haters and might just be feeling like wanting some camaraderie. I did say I wouldn't take anything directly from her Patreon, and I didn't. I took things from TikTok and from Reddit when things were shared, or from Showbuzz Cheat Sheet. It was hard when things were coming out about her Patreon in the very beginning, because it was in the middle of the season and everyone wanted to know what everyone was saying. And so all these leaks were happening, and I didn't want to be a part of the leaks. And then when stuff would get reported, people would want me to respond to it. And so then I inevitably would have to find it either in an article or through Reddit or through TikTok. And that's what I did. And I just want to reiterate that the examples that she is using about me sharing content from her Patreon are from when I wasn't even in her Patreon, and it was other patrons that were uploading her videos on a TikTok, and that's how I found out about what she was saying about the grave and the baby and that, because that was in May, and I was definitely not in her Patreon in May. So I'm sorry, Gwen, that you are upset that I shared stuff from Patreon. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry I didn't take it directly from there, and I'm sorry that you're not being truthful about me blocking you. But if you do want to talk to me, that's cool. I would be more than happy to speak with you. But I don't think you actually want to talk to me. I think you just want to be kind of petty, which is fine. I can jive with some petty. I struggle sometimes with the Brown family just because, I really, really like the kids, but some of them they have a ways to go in their deconstruction, and some of them still perpetuate a lot of the lies about the Utah situation and about the lies that Cody has told the family. And so, every single person, when they're getting out of a cult, it takes time and energy to deconstruct and remove themselves. And I don't think she's fully there yet, and she's still super young, so it might take her more time and more reflection. And she is really young, so I don't want to take this personal. But as far as me blocking her, I don't block people I cover. And I didn't block Gwendolyn. She did block me, and she has a right to block me. And anyone that says that she shouldn't block me, I get blocked all the time. People think I get upset that I get blocked, and I really don't. I don't mind people blocking me. It's kind of just like part of my job. I guess people are saying that like her Patreon is becoming like a hate space for me, and some of my followers were leaving comments like, what happened in her Patreon? Why is she doing this? I don't know. I'm not sure. You can still be a supporter of hers, and I'm not telling you to dislike her. In fact, I don't dislike her. All I'm saying is I didn't block her, and I'm actually just really disappointed that she chose to use this post about Hillary Spivey, because it makes it seem like it's petty for me to call out Hillary, but really the call out to Hillary was about her enabling a SO and an abuser, and that is not a good example, right, of calling me out with. Like, she could just say like her mom blocked me. She could have used that as an example, right? But using my call out to Hillary is just really strange and unfortunate, because Hillary is protecting men that have abused children, and she knows that, and she's blocked me, and she blocks anyone that confronts her on that, and she doesn't have to talk to anyone, right? but that was just me like kind of sticking up for Jill and saying like, stop being such a jerk to Jill about what happened to her, Hillary. Either way, wish Gwendolyn nothing but the best, and I truly hope that her patrons enjoy hating on me, I guess. I mean, I've somehow hit a nerve. I don't know what it is that I've reported recently that made her hit a nerve, but this is from last week, so I don't know. All right, you guys, that's all I've got. Oh, and somebody asked me if I have my Google plaque. Yes, I got 100,000 plaque like a long time ago. I don't know why that came up either. I get really random comments. So yes, I do have a Google plaque, and I got it 2-3 years ago. It's been a long time. Anyways, thank you guys for listening. Don't send hate to Gwen. And if you get blocked, be blocked. If not blocked, no blocking. And as far as getting blocked on this channel, I rarely remove anyone from the YouTube channel. People get blocked a lot on my social medias, particularly if they're trolling or if they're being rude to other people in the comments, if they're using foul language. I reserve the right to really block any trolling that happens on my platform. So, but I don't just block people for the sake of blocking. And I definitely didn't block Gwen. All right, you guys, tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Bye, guys.